Well, hello.
Damn, Brad, you got a hairy rib.
What?
Pursuit.
Oh, let's see here.
Yeah.
Mirror, mirror, mirror. That could be a thing, yeah. Let's see.
I should be a lot more awake this week.
You should be a lot more awake.
Yeah, I got to take it.
Can you still hear me? Yes, no?
I can hear you.
Okay.
What was that?
Can you guys see the whole table now?
Mostly, yes.
No. Not yet. Hold on.
I can adjust it if you want to.
Yeah, I can see the little cluster of characters there.
Hold on. Hold on.
Hold up.
Damn. Obviously it's leaning.
Now all I see is the back of a computer.
Yeah, we're trying
And
to
some
fix it.
some
Okay.
ugly monk's
Go
head.
up with it, and stop. And go up a little bit more.
No, wrong
And
way.
stop.
There you go.
Okay.
Good.
So you come back over here and sit down. Let me see if they see you.
Man, it's too much damn exercise.
Right on the edge here.
You're young. Shut up.
But there he is on the left on my screen. So now at least you can see Dan. Okay.
Oh, that's what that is.
Okie
I thought
dokie.
it was a fuzz bunny.
So maybe.
Could be. Could be.
What do I watch
Yeah, I was
there?
watching that Robin Hood Men in Tights the other day.
I'm getting a little bit of echo, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong here.
Sometimes it could be the volume just up too high.
Who are you hearing the echo from?
Me?
When you speak?
Yeah.
I don't hear it.
How about now?
It's coming through. It's coming back through Cobb's.
Alright. How about now? Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I hear Brad talking to somebody.
I'm not talking to nobody.
I hear somebody in the background for sure, but it's not
I
here.
think that's a TV.
Let's see.
No, on them. I think somebody has a TV
Oh.
going on their.
No, I got dead silence. It's probably Brad.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with this game, Cobb, but I was just curious.
This has nothing to do with this.
At
game.
a later date, is Waldo a playable character still possible?
No.
No, he's not.
Unfortunately not. Those characters all committed to
Okay.
something awful.
That sums up this game.
Well, not quite. This game will be a little more wholesome, I think.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, I was just calling to see how you were saying hi. Oh, we're getting ready to start. Okay. I just calling to see how you're doing. I thought you were going to come home first, but we're getting ready to game, so.
Oh, that didn't quite work the way I wanted, did it? Oh, it's... Okay, no, that is correct.
All right.
All right.
We're getting ready to start. So those are all dead characters then?
Sure. We'll just say that.
Okay. Well, I was just curious if I was ever going to be able to play Waldo.
No, man. Once you committed to serving whatever the fuck that guy's name was.
Whatever that guy.
I don't remember his name. The big bad guy that
Yeah, the Lich.
had the city-size spaceship. Okay.
Oh, that was a spaceship.
No?
No.
You didn't think it was? Or that's okay.
That-
that's what I
not
call it.
Okay, that's not what I
Who
got.
knows what it was?
Way to go, Dan.
It was some kind of thing that was in the sky where something lived and
Oh, see,
did stuff. So. Okay.
'Cause I liked him. Maybe I'll make a new version of him.
So let's go to getting rid of that because we don't need that. Bloop. Alrighty.
So do you think it's doing better?
Yeah, oh yeah. Totally. Okay. So full screen. Please. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. So for those of you in attendance and the single solitary person around the world that is watching on Facebook, we welcome you to
That one person in Norway.
the new story, the new adventure in the world of Skell. And it is called Family Matters. We have had a session 0 already.
Wait, hold on. I gotta break something. Did I do that?
That's good. Let me turn that down.
I look forward to coming and sitting in on a session someday soon.
I look forward to that as well.
Well, if you just need a ride.
I'll come over right now.
Why do I think you're lying?
I'll do it. Come sit right now.
Well, I'm back, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I'm back too.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Pfizer's people came out and said if they didn't test it, just
Did you catch it before? Now? You have. So maybe you're just one of those people where it's just medically not going to help or something.
I've never had the flu in my life, so I don't know.
Huh. Well, you got it now, I guess. How do you feel? I'm assuming you might be a little tired, but how do you feel other than that? You got the hoarse voice. That not good? You got a fever? Oh, I'm sorry. So she's saying she's dealing with it, but Skylar...
Not as bad as him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're not feeling well.
I'm a bit compromised.
All right. Well, let's see if we can provide a distraction for our
Thanks
sick,
for ruining the game for everybody.
our sick friends. So, okay, so some of you may or may not be familiar with what happened in the previous adventure. But out of that, these characters had survived and maybe thrived or maybe not, depending on your point of view. And they have had time to decide what they want to do with the rest of their lives. And on the top right on our screen, we have Aluna, who longtime viewers of this channel may be familiar with. And just to give you a brief background on Aluna, she was comes from a hard scrabble background in the streets of Greyhawk, learning to as some to, for the most part, elude brief time. She was in some position of authority herself, but that is information that can come out through her if she so chooses. But now, after this latest adventure, she's been back in Greyhawk, laying low, just trying to survive, keep a low profile. She definitely may have friends, may have enemies, lots of contacts in this, what you could pretty much say would be her home in this world. Underneath her on the screen, we have Bjorn, the master chef, a dwarf who, for some reason, has decided to hitch his wagon to Aluna's, and the two have become traveling companions. And after the most recent adventure, after Aluna made it clear that she wanted to return to Greyhawk, he went as well. Him, and if I remember correctly, he's got a mule named George, and that pulls a wagon with all of his culinary accoutrement. And he has most recently come into possession of an enhancement provided by the Church of the Blend, and he will decide to make that known to whoever at his leisure. He is a stout dwarf. Not only is he a great cook, but he is also a very robust warrior able to take care of himself, and has recently come upon the nickname or the title of, what was it, ankle biter? No, giants,
No.
elk wrestler. Maybe?
Elk wrestler.
Elk wrestler.
Yes.
And
Slayer of Giant, Master Chef.
who knows why some names stick and some don't, but there you go. And then we move clockwise then to, of course, we will save the most senior member for last. We then move to the top left, and that would be Shadrach, a druid of the Aslorian Circle, who has been victimized in his youth by a coven of witches. He has slightly recovered from his childhood trauma, but he has managed to affect some of the recent earth-shattering, or should I say Skell-altering Skell-shattering
Events.
Yes. And after that was finished, he nearly fell to madness and to despair, but upon the least tiniest glimmering of faith, he managed to catch himself and has since taken time to rejoin for a time his druid. He has taken the time to prepare for whatever adventure may come his way, and those things that he did in his downtime he will reveal when he sees fit. And last but not least, we go to the bottom left. The elven prince of the second house of the Emerald Kingdom, Bartholanthus Amelareth, an elf who is considered middle-aged for his kind, archmage and master thief. His exploits have crisscrossed the continent, a few of the planes, and he has treated with dragons, demons, kings. He has stolen bank vaults, and he has decided to open a door with death in a million languages. But that is a story for another time. And after his recent partake of the adventure, I almost forgot about you, Dan, sitting right here. So I guess I skipped him, but we'll get to him.
That's all right. Hang in the background.
I'm like watching the TV here. He returned to his home, to his wife and court, and upon the retelling of his tale to his brother-in-law, the king, and his wife, he proceeded to enter into his laboratory, and his creations and his wealth are his to reveal at his choosing. He has, upon session 0, we did get some characters back together, and at that time, if I'm remembering this correctly, the prince did bestow upon certain individuals items. Is that correct? And
Yeah.
the hopefully the individuals have remembered that they have these items, or they've written them down, or whatever, because the DM does not keep track of everything, even though he should. He likes to make these decisions for NPCs and monsters without them knowing exactly what the characters have. To me, it's more fun to be surprised. So, and then last but not least, we have Tamark, the bounty hunter from Saskatchewan. He has the skills of an outdoorsman. He can track and he can hunt. He has his faithful dog companion with him.
Teeth snap.
Teeth slicer?
Yeah, teeth snap. and I can do shit urban or wilderness.
So for whatever that means, hopefully we'll find out here in the coming adventure. And so Shadrach and Tamar received a message from the prince. The prince, upon casting Identify upon his family sword that has been up on his mantle for many years, was given information that his daughter, who he recently got to meet, was in some sort of trouble, according to this blade, and that she could be located in the city by the lake, known by the Hawks. And of course, that is the DM's not so subtle way of saying Greyhawk. So they decided that they would head that way, and what trouble, if any, Aluna might be in. But that's what we're here to find out. So, after explaining this to my players, first of all, Shadrach, if I remember correctly, do you wish for the three fox animals companions to travel with you, or are you going to leave them in their forest home?
They will travel with me.
Okay. And you have a guard dog or whatever with you.
Yeah.
Does the dog know tricks or commands?
Just attack. Guard.
So it's a basic guard dog.
Yeah.
If you like tie it up somewhere, it'll keep people from approaching your wagon and like that. Okay.
He's literally listed.
Okay.
If I remember.
As far as I know, none of you,
Guard dog.
except for Bjorn. So Aluna and Bart, I don't think they have any animal companions, not that I'm aware of. And George, though he might be a companion, he is not magically inclined or specially trained. He does what a mule does, and that's pull a wagon. So a good, faithful beast of burden. All right. So, are there any questions or clarifications needed or rules explanations? If so, I'd be happy to answer them, and we can see that since 4 people on screen, before you speak, if you could raise your hand just like Jason's doing, that would be helpful. So, Shadrach, what is your question?
My potions.
What about them?
Did I create them?
Okay, so what I found was I think that you need to be 7th level to make potions. That's what I saw, but let's just go with that until I find a better answer.
I am 9th level.
Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, you had the time to make the potions that you listed, so you can add those to your inventory. Now, healing potions.
How many?
Healing potions, you can make them a lot easier than you can make other potions. So like if you wanted to make a potion of flying, you'd have to seek out specific.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to make any kind of crazy potions.
But
the more realistic stuff.
But
yeah.
Healing potions, you can make as many of those as you want to carry, and you can, if you have a way to, put them in a bottle or something, or a kiln.
Right. I was just going to ask you, how many potions could I have?
Well, you've had a year so you can have 1,000 potions. The problem is, how are you going to carry them, or so?
All right. I will have 10 potions in a bag, and be content with that. And they are primarily healing.
Well, if you could write those out, just so long as you have them and you can cross them off as they are used. And
I mean, what level of healing could I have? Light wounds, moderate wounds?
well, hold on, let's find out.
I'm not trying to be outrageous.
I understand.
Most of my potions are just based on like good berries and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I would be happy to have as a bunch of healing potions in a bag. I'd be content with that. Everything else I can just cast.
Okay. A healing potion restores 2d4 plus 2 hit points of damage.
All right.
And that is for
Let's say I have a
the in consuming the entire potion. Unfortunately, you can't do halvesies on them.
right.
And that if it comes up, drinking a potion is considered an action.
I have a dozen of those potions.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. Everyone's had a lot of downtime here. Okay. Anyone else? Any questions or clarifications? We see Bjorn has his hand up.
I needed to do the dice about the finding the mage who enchants items before we get started. It was on my sheet during the downtime that we didn't do last time. It was my apologies.
Yeah, she sent me that, and I looked at it. And if you could briefly give me an idea, and then I'll come up with a success number. So tell me what it is you're trying to do.
I was just trying to make my cleaver better by finding a mage who could do something cool to it, because I don't know the details.
Okay. So do you do... Well, first of all, do you have any abilities, spells, or proficiencies which could help you in finding a mage? We'll start with that, because these are all modifiers.
Right, no, I do not.
No, okay. Do you do anything other than those that would increase your chance of success? And I have something in mind. I'm just hoping you'll think of it.
But,
You're going to be like, oh, yeah, I guess that would be easy.
well, like the only things that I have is like that crazy ring I got for bartering for trades of goods and services.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this one for free.
Yeah.
You have a companion that's familiar with this place that you are, and
Oh, yeah.
you may
She's
want to
supposed to
ask
have
her.
Because I'm a dumb dwarf.
So
I have city familiarity.
okay, so
Greyhawk.
Now, my question is this the same Grey Hawk as it was before, or is it different? Because before there was nobody.
I'm gonna say that I haven't. It certainly seems to be the same, except for, and I will get to that. So,
Okay.
if I remember right, I think in session 0 I had talked about how the Pasta House gang was gone, and things were pretty calm. Aluna kept a low profile, so through the just natural being there, you learn that there is a new mayor. The old mayor apparently retired. Hopefully Aluna remembers the specifics about the mayor and who that was and what he was about. And so the new mayor is Tam Smith. And
Like Tam Tam?
well, that name sure sounds familiar. Lee thinks paints that fit. Oh, disappeared. Okay. I mean, there could be more than one Tam Smith in a. There are more than one Smithy, and Tam is not the most unusual name in the world, but certainly wouldn't surprise you. His ambitions were not like, he didn't go about, he wasn't like a Trump type character that said how great he was, but he didn't keep his ideas hidden either. So it certainly would not a surprise, not a shock for that to have transpired in the time since you've been there, or since you've been gone. And it might also help explain why you, in keeping a low profile, have not noticed the volume of trade that there probably used to be in certain, and that would be something, if you chose to learn more about that, that would be up to you. But you know, you're doing what you told me you wanted to do, which was just stay out of it. So that's what you've done. So anyway, Bjorn, yes, you're aware that the mages here are few and far between. This kingdom, this confederation of cities is not like where you just were. It's a couple kingdoms over, and in between where you were and where you are now is the wildness of Mancoria, which is not to be. It's more like I don't want to say. It's not full of outlaws. It's just full of tribes and things of that nature. There's some big cities there, but they're not anywhere close to the amount as in other places. There's just too many wild things in that territory for the humans to have been able to take over like they have in other places. Plus there's, if I remember correctly, there's not a main river for transport. And so when you're dealing with the lower levels of civilization, river transport is a huge deal. So anyway, so you still you put yourself out there and you try to look for things, and you realize that this is probably a no, but you get to try because you're putting in the effort. So I would like you, let's see. Do you have a reaction adjustment on your charisma? An initial reaction adjustment? No? Okay. So roll me a d20, please.
17.
Okay. So, you went to the flea market looking for that 1980s Van Halen t-shirt. And
Yeah.
you know what? That vendor's like gone. And apparently nobody knows where that vendor went that had that t-shirt you wanted. So that's what you find out. But still, now you know. Tamark has his hand up.
So do I have any of my stuff made up then?
Remind me what it is.
Dart.
Yeah.
Shaping stuff.
Yeah. All right. So, your Aluna did pay for Bjorn's armor, so you should add that to your. And of course, I think I put that on the sheet that I sent you already. So,
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
my question to you is, do we want to do this video game style where you can just get in and out of your armor without having to have someone help you? Or do we want to be realistic and like you need somebody to help you get in and out of this? You can do it. It just takes a while versus having someone help you. That is the consequences of having such fine armor. So, of course, I would lean towards realism, but I know some people they fucking hate that. So I'm not going to put my foot down on it.
Leave it up to the group, I guess.
Bartholanthus has his hand up.
You could have a brigantine, which is metal and cloth armor, which opens in the front.
Well, he has had something made for him by.
Keep it smooth.
I was saying brigantine's like a tunic, but it's metal plated inside.
No, he's had special armor made for him, and it is the type that requires assistance.
Is that field play?
So
Okie dokie.
I will read you what the book says about it because I think it's worth knowing. If I can find it.
You got field plate or what?
Well, you're going to find out at some point.
So, I had Aluna engrave it with like a symbol that marks for her because field plate's supposed to be worn by knights. So it has a dagger with a snake wrapped around it as her insignia.
You looking for Downing armor?
I am. And I will find it. Okay, yeah, it can look like whatever you want. She paid, so unless she decides she wants something else. Oh, there we go. That is incorrect. No. Okay. Okay, there we go. Getting into and out of. All right.
I believe it was field plate.
Those armors that are single piece, leather tunics, robes, chainmail, take 1 round, 2 for metal items, to get on with slight assistance. Without aid, the time is doubled. Armor that is made of separate pieces require 1d6 plus 4 rounds with assistance. Without help, the time is tripled. In all cases, the times given assume that the proper undergarments and padding are also worn. So, that is something to be aware of. Okay. Any other questions or no? All right.
Onward and upward.
Okay, so we're starting with Aluna and Bjorn. What would a typical day be like for Bjorn?
I would check on to Mars if you needed any assistance for the day. And then I would probably look for work elsewhere. And if there was nothing to be done, I would go to the poor districts and feed the homeless or the needy. Whoever was hungry, it didn't matter.
Well, you can always find work as a cook somewhere. Whether you choose to take that job or not, at some point, you know, you're just gonna, if you have a skill, it's gonna come up.
Right.
So,
I got to get my renown up in the city.
are you, and when you go out and you bring food to the less fortunate, that takes you outside of the city walls to this place, and if I remember correctly, it's called Shack Town. It's on the northwest gate out of the city, and Shack Town was detailed in the Falcon series of adventures that I may or may not have run a long, long time ago. And there is a local priest of St. Cuthbert that tends to the flock. It is very boring's not the right word, but there's people that are down on their luck. There's people that are hiding out there. There's people that are sick or runaways or just, you know, kind of the slums, if you will.
I would work with that man if I had the opportunity to.
We're going to say without rolling that yes. And
Is his name Leroy?
it is not. But because
Leroy of Jenkins.
because you said that out loud, I want you to roll me percentile, please. Nah, just roll me a d20. It's fine. Roll me a d20. That'll work.
All right. If you insist.
Yeah.
18.
Okay. I reserve the right to give a different name in the future.
Okay.
Maybe I can just tell you if I can find the proper. I think this is where it is. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. This was a long time ago.
I believe my other character had interactions with this man at some point.
I'm honestly, I don't remember. And which other character? Oh, here it is, Shacktown. Okay. Which other character?
Magnus.
Yeah.
Back then.
Okay. Let's see. Approximately 500 persons live in Shacktown. This number includes some families, but the majority of the folks here are loners. A few of the Shacktown residents have jobs in the city or on the docks, but most of the residents gather what they can from the forest and the river for their food and essentials. They trade amongst themselves frequently since there are no businesses in Shacktown. There it is. The only shrine in Shacktown, a shrine of St. Cuthbert, doubles as a mission. Its priest, Nikolai Nortoy, collects donations of food, clothing, and blankets from the large shrines in the city and distributes what he can to the residents here. Shacktown's buildings comprise huts, tents, lean-tos, and shanties. Perhaps 10 frame structures exist, and a few buildings are built up from the stone foundations of structures long ago burned to the ground. In heavy winds, at least 10% of Shacktown is blown away completely. The streets of Shacktown are little more than dirt paths. In dry weather, they are hard and cracked with deep ruts. During rainy weather, they become nearly impassable due to the mire. Shacktown is noticeably absent of animals. Dogs and cats are not found anywhere. There is barely enough food for the people who live here, much less anything to be spared to feed a pet. A few chickens can be seen around some of the shanties, and a few nanny goats are kept for their milk. So,
So in other words, they eat all this raid.
I mean, that could
Is
be
that
inferred.
Chinatown?
That could be inferred, but keep in mind that the people who live here are the poorest folk. Not necessarily evil, nor are they criminals, although some do dwell here occasionally. This is everything you've learned in the time that you've invested, Bjorn. The people who are permanent residents here are simply poor, good folk, and a certain nobility exists among them. They never steal from one another, no matter how desperate they become. In fact, there is a strong sense of community among these folk, and when one of their kind is down on his luck, the others pitch in to help in any way they can. Criminals do appear here from time to time, usually when they are hunted by the law. The city watch almost never comes to Shacktown. It is an excellent place to quote-unquote disappear. Thieves, assassins, those who owe gambling debts, and those who need to lie low come here to hide. So, would it be? It wouldn't be out of the realm to think that you, with a little bit of effort, sort of like ingratiate yourself to the people, and they know you and you know them. Would that be reasonable? Okay. So I would say that certainly raises your, I don't know what you would call it. It doesn't raise your charisma. It raises your renown in the area there in the north. And, you know, there's always somebody that's like bothering this, or the old lady who needs her toenails clipped, or you are asked more than you would like to be asked to help dig a grave. And not because it's just weird, it's just because people die, and that's just the way it is. So, and
I don't mind helping. That sounds okay.
Nikolai is not one of the touched. He does not cast spells. He does a lot of hard work and believes in his faith, and he gets help from St. Cuthbert, which is the largest organized religion of the city. There are many gods and many shrines and temples, but that is the one that seems to hold the most sway. And St. Cuthbert is known as firm but fair, leaning towards the righteous goodness versus anything else. Okay. So yeah, as far as you're concerned, you seem to have settled into a comfortable existence, and upon learning this, Ricard says, look, I know I could use you here, but the people of Shacktown need you more than I do. If you would be willing to just continue bouncing here occasionally, I'd be willing to pay you a little bit more under the table if you keep helping the people in Shacktown.
Yeah, I mean, I can
make a living, have a place to rent. To buy you would need more than what you would make doing what you're doing, at least inside the city. So you get to determine if you want to rent a place inside the city walls, or if you think that you need to work more.
I mean, if I have my wagon up somewhere, I would probably just sleep where my wagon is.
Okay.
If I was allowed to. That's what I normally do.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. So, Aluna, other than laying low, or do you find a place to rent and just kind of live that kind of life where you don't go out any, or?
I would probably find a place to rent and then not go out very much. Just with my history and the town. And when I do go out, it'd be at night, and it would be, to do my illegal activities when there's less watch. I don't know.
All right.
And I would check in with Bjorn every once in a while, make sure he's, okay and not dying and all that.
He seems to have a skill set that is transferable in this city. And he seems to have an affable dragon. But he does have a reputation of, hey man, don't start anything, look at that dwarf over there, and that kind of thing. So, all right. So, one night, Aluna, you are out. The Link boys are escorting people different places, and in case you guys don't know what a Link boy is, it's basically just a torchbearer that escorts you through the streets so you can get to where you're going. When you see with your infravision, a cloaked figure, and you immediately recognize the individual as your old pal, Tam.
I want to follow him from a safe distance.
He appears to be walking from the arena to the Thief Catchers Guild. And I will take a picture if I can find it on the map up here, because I think I have these. I think I have these on this map. Let's see if I can do this, and I will send that to everyone. Let's see, where is it? How about there? Okay. Let's see. So arena, and I think the Thief Catcher. Boy, it's hard to see, man. Thief Catcher, where is that? They're all kind of pretty close. Okay. So the arena will be down on the bottom right, and then the thief catcher. Let's see if I can do this here. Yeah, okay, so as you all look at this, obviously this is for the people that are here. You got C12, and then on the left here, next to the garden gate, there's R17, Thief Catchers Guild Hall. So he appears to be walking, and he is not walking off the road, and he has a hooded lantern that he is holding out in front of him as he's making his way. And so you follow him from what you think is a safe distance. And he walks down to the processional and turns right and starts heading up the wide street which goes through the middle of town. You continue to follow?
Yeah, but if possible, I would try to like stay near the buildings and stuff.
Sure. Okay. How about if you roll a move silently and a hide in shadows for me.
All right, I'll do move silently first. Well, I got a 77, and my percent was 80, so I passed.
Well, you certainly think you passed.
Well, yes, I think I passed.
And
then I got a 58. And so I think I passed that as well.
okay. So that would be that, and that would be that. So I need to roll this. I rolled a 9. So to surprise someone, if you move silently and you hide in shadows, that pretty much adds like 8. So depending on Tam's dexterity, if he has a reaction adjustment, he may or may not be surprised or unaware in this case. As far as you know, he does not seem to notice your presence as he approaches the guild hall and proceeds to fumble around with a ring of keys and unlock the door. If you wish to interact with him, you will probably have to do so, or he's going to probably go inside the building, and then you'll have to do something if you choose to.
I took a panorama.
No, I would let him go inside. I was just kind of curious to see what he was doing.
Okay.
So I took a panorama and sent it to everybody on Messenger, so they can look at it.
Okay. Okay. So
I sent a panorama of Greyhawk to everybody, so you guys can blow it up and look at the whole.
well, I didn't get it, did I?
I sent it to Family Matters and our private one.
Want to blow it up?
D&D
Sorry.
Jib.
Yeah. I can redo it if there's any issues with it.
All right. So let's go to the other 3 individuals. You all have left Saskatchewan, or have you? Tell me how you're planning on getting to Greyhawk. Anybody?
Teleport?
I figured Bart was gonna teleport us.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, Bart, apparently you have the lead on this. Tell me what you do.
I guess first we're gonna be able to train, lost right now, home. Be able to tree and, gather our thoughts, I guess, figure out what's going on, tell them what I plan on doing. Go and live with my daughter and see if we can, talk her and come back in. My wife wants to meet her. And, I've been told that she's in some kind of trouble, so we'll figure it out.
You said you have enemies in Great Hawk, is that true?
Yes, plenty. But I'll disguise myself when I get there, so it's not that big of a deal. Well, hopefully it's not that big of a deal.
What do you want me to do? Protect you?
Yeah, pretty much. Keep us alive.
All right. So be it.
And
I've never been to Great Hawk. I hear it's a impressive place.
I'm hoping Kmart could at least give me some help in finding people. Or at least keeping a good fighter on my back and
I should be able to do both.
so I guess we'll head out here shortly and go. I pull out my staff and I tap it on the ground. Crackling energy comes out from around it and surrounds us, and we show up, I guess, in my old guild.
You'll have to tell me more about this. I know that there was a guild in a different place, a guild hall in a different place.
It was in Cumberland. Okay, never mind. I could show up at the vault.
Well, you'll have to tell me where you show up. You're the one casting the spell.
Yeah, we show up at the vault.
Okay.
Anyway. Oh, that'd be a bad place.
You all suddenly, everything goes dark. And then you feel yourself standing on solid ground, but it is dark in there. Those of you without infravision, complete silence, except for the noises made by you all shuffling around.
Teleport?
No light at all. The air is
Musty, probably.
it's got a little bit of a musty scent to it, and
And I covered a continual light stone right up the area.
Don't forget I have a flashlight, cop.
do you use it?
Not immediately, no. I speak out quietly to Bart and say, where are we?
We're in the vault in Cumberland. Or in
The vault?
yeah, in the castle.
What kind of
In the castle?
I whisper, what kind of vault?
As the continual light coin provides light in this area, you see that you're in a 40 by 40 room with pillars,
Size room.
along the walls,
No, not in the.
and there appears to be several skeletons haphazardly scattered along the floor. Broken, decayed tables, cabinets pulled off the walls and fallen. And
Is this a tomb?
you,
Vault? This is a tomb.
you recognize that along the wall, just as you look around, you don't know which way is north, south, or whatever, unless you have some ability or spell which can tell you you're underground and you're not a dwarf. There appears to be like a line the same height from the floor around about the middle of this room, like the walls are a different color, or there's been some type of weathering along either the top or the bottom of these.
Is it possibly a water line from where water was?
That's what you would gather, yes.
Oh shit, man, this thing is flooded before.
Where have you brought us?
What the fuck did we... Did you bring us to our
I
death?
cast knock to open the door.
Okay, you look around and you walk over and you see that there is a very large door with you think it looks like steel, but it's got a weathered reddish brown
Rust.
decay, but it's not like flaky rust, like a
So it's a solid door at surface rust.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Shadrach has his hand up.
Is the floor damp?
It is not.
Okay.
Does this door open inward or outward?
There should be marks to show.
So this thing was
You brought us into a vault?
This thing was filled with water.
Okay, so
before,
while you're
or
talking,
mostly
Bart
filled
is
with
casting a spell. And after he casts the spell, you see a wheel on the inside of this door spin, zzz, and you hear a and then the door barely cracks open and like a layer of dust breaks apart from the ceiling and the edge of the door where it has been apparently closed for a very long time, and it kind of kicks up and what do you all do now?
Been here before?
I slowly peek out the door.
Okay, you go over to the
Hey,
door.
hey,
and
wait.
You
So-
try to move the door. Roll your open doors, Bart.
What is this place? Really? You say it's a vault. but-
It's the old palace. It's the old
Do you know what to roll?
vault. No, what do I need to roll?
So there's dead there's like dead things that are in here. What happened here?
Open doors.
You
Don't
need
know.
to roll
It's
a,
fucking forever.
you need to roll a d20, and
Chad says to Tamar that nobody's been here for a very long time.
Oh, I know, but I was thinking
Well, we
that...
should lock the door. So nobody can
It's
get
not
in.
a tube.
Bart, roll a d20, please.
I pull my swords, by the way.
16.
16. All right.
While he's trying to open this, I pull my swords.
Six.
I'll take a pinch of mistletoe in my hand.
The
Okay.
open doors is six.
Is the air stale?
Okay, Bart, you needed to roll a 6 or less.
Nice.
You are unable to open the door. It moves like just barely before you feel it scrape along the floor, as if perhaps something has caused it to either expand or be less than secure on the hinges. Something about the door doesn't open as easy as perhaps it should. And Shad has his hand up.
I'm casting.
Okay.
Oh, Paul, I want to, before he does that, hey, is there anything you can do to help me open that door?
Who are you talking to?
To Shadrach.
Okay.
Shadrach looks at him and smiles and reaches into his pouch, and then I cast.
All right, and what are you casting?
You see Shadrach reach into his pouch. He pulls out looks like some, I don't know, you wouldn't, Shad knows what it is, but it looks like a handful of like crumbs and some fur, and he takes it and takes a big breath of it. And his head falls back and his eyes roll back in his head, and I cast Oxen Strength, and you see him just immediately just start to swell up. And
I think I've seen him cast this before.
I think you have too. All
so I
right,
cast Oxen Strength.
and
I do believe my strength is 1825,
okay.
and I need to know what I need to roll, or what do I need to roll, what die?
You need to roll a d20, please.
I rolled a 7.
All right. So as the druid casts the spell, and you see, according to him, his muscles start to expand and take on more mass. He steps up to the door, grips it with both hands, and it starts to scrape along the floor as he pulls it opening into the room. And it just does this scrape, and he opens it like 3 feet, and there's plenty of space to move out of this.
I'm right there
as you are.
as it opens, so if something gets ready.
You're at the ready.
Yeah.
All right. The only thing that lies before you out of this room is another darkened room.
Well, I'll have Oxen Strength for a while, so.
So this is an old palace. I guess it's abandoned, or is this the dungeon area or something?
Like, it looked like it's bad in district one, that phone. Got the phone, yeah.
All right. We pause and we go back to the other two. As Aluna and Bjorn, Aluna, you have you're checking in on Bjorn. You've stopped in to the Green Dragon, and it's Bjorn's night to work the door, and he faithfully doing his duty. Not much going on tonight. There's no bards singing for their soup. It's pretty quiet. There's no holidays to speak of right now. Do you do anything other than make small talk with Bjorn? Is there anything you want to
I probably just go in the Green Dragon and just hang out for a while. If it's kind of quiet, I can probably find a corner to hunker down in, order some food.
Okay. As the your food is brought over and everything is nice and quiet, almost without, I need you to roll a d10 for me, please.
I got a 10.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a large man wearing a purple cloak sit on the opposite side, like you're at a chair or a booth, And so like the chair that would be behind you facing the opposite direction, this person sits down and you immediately know who it is. And you can react or not. You are not surprised.
It's
But-
Tam.
But so far the person's just sat down and has not said or done anything. Bjorn, you do not recognize this individual, and there's nothing about him other than the fact that he's wearing a purple cloak and seems to be above average dressed. I guess he's not like wearing furs or a bunch of rings or anything. He's just wearing not like workman clothes, but he's got a nice shirt and a nice coat and this cloak, which kind of stands out. And he just sits down, but he's not facing Aluna, so he is in the manner of most other people, has his short sword on his side, not unusual at all, and a knife. Most everyone has a knife.
But he stands out, right? Like compared to everybody else.
For this tavern, yeah.
So
Ricard does not react in any way to him. No one really does. It just seems kind of odd that he would sit there when there seems to be a few other places that are open around the inn, around the tavern, that he could sit, but for some reason he's decided to sit with his back towards Aluna. So does, first of all, Aluna, do you do or say anything, or do you continue to just carry on with your business?
I'm just gonna carry on with my business, but like trying to listen if he says anything. Like I know he's there now, so I'm like paying attention to him.
Yeah.
I look like I'm
Right.
doing what I'm doing.
Okay. And Bjorn, you don't notice Aluna react in any, like she doesn't seem like she cares. She's just facing the other way, eating her food.
if he's a new face, I will offer him a free shot of Thunder Brew and leave it on the table, and I will walk back to the kitchen.
So as you approach the table, and he looks up at you with a nonplussed, not aggressive, not angry, not like super smiley,
Yeah.
and you say, what?
Good evening.
He says,
Good
evening.
This is good evening. And this is on the house, and I pour him a glass. And that's it.
oh, I thank you kindly, but I'm here on business. I appreciate that, Mr.
Bjorn,
Bjorn. Thank you and well met.
please take a sip. It'd be a great insult to me if you did not at least try it.
After my business is concluded, I promise you, I will take a sip of this drink.
All right.
And he kind of relaxes and kind of puts his hands like around the small cup, but doesn't really touch it, and just kind of waits patiently. And I'm guessing that after you drop it off and he says that, you kind of just head back over to the door to just kind of hang out and kind of do the thing where you watch and not much is going on. So,
Right.
Aluna, you hear, "Hey, sugar."
While still staring at my food, I go, long time no see.
Didn't know if you'd remember me.
Of course I remember you.
I haven't seen you in a while. Is everything okay?
Oh, isn't it always okay?
No, one of the last times we saw each other, things were not okay.
It always works out in the end. I'm alive, you're alive.
So,
Town's still here.
did you have a good trip? How long will you be in town?
You know, till something else comes along.
Are you aware of what's been going on since you've been gone? I don't know exactly when you left, but I know that
Oh,
either you're very, very good at hiding or you've been gone.
well, I've been gone, I don't know, like a few years now.
Yeah, my boy's, he's getting married soon. That's how long you've been gone.
Well, good to see that he found somebody. Is he braver now?
He's in a profession where that's not necessarily a prerequisite. He's taken over the smithy. Olaf has passed, and he's actually quite good at it.
Good, because he wasn't good at what you do.
No. He told me about this very interesting custom piece that he had requisitioned. Or should I say someone...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What was that?
You see the gentle dwarf that brought me this free drink? He's over there by the door. Yeah, he was hired to make him a suit of armor.
Oh, that is special.
And amazingly, my son told me that the person that paid for it bore a striking resemblance to someone he might have known in the past, in passing, not well. And well, why would a bouncer in the Green Dragon need a set of field plate?
I mean, I don't know what he does. Is this his full-time job?
So you paid for a set, thousands of golden coins for someone that you don't know?
Wait, who said I paid for anything?
Well, unless there's another very beautiful half-elven woman that's, I know, with your hair color and your eyes and your frame, I would think that would be you.
Well, can't I just do anything out of the kindness of my heart? I mean, he's a dwarf. They like armor.
Would you say he's typical?
I mean, out of the dwarfs I've known, he seems pretty much like a dwarf I've met.
Well, that's fine. You can engage in any kind of commerce that you would like. I mean, my son certainly appreciated the work, and it came just in time to help pay for place that he's going to live with his new bride. So it's almost as if the gods sent you here.
I do have a good timing. Always have.
So how long did you say you were going to be in town?
I didn't. It's just something else strikes up my fancy.
I see. Have you been in contact with any of your old friends?
Girl never tells who they're hanging out with.
I'm going to guess that you're not up on your current events.
No.
I would guess that
No.
you've heard of my new position.
Ah. Thought that was you.
And do you know why or should I say what I said to sway the people to vote for me? And when I say the
What was
people,
that?
I mean the elites that control the selection.
What was that?
Well, I told them that I would run on a platform of law and order, that I would clean up Greyhawk. And they seem to agree with that vision. And,
And you're worried I'm gonna mess it up?
well, you're but a single... I don't want this to come off as condescending, but you're sort of a small fish in a big pond.
Yeah.
And you haven't ever done anything that I couldn't deal with. I'll admit I don't know exactly what happened between you and the wolf. But you leaving town the way you did, that leaves a lot of unanswered questions. But also, it also left me with an opportunity. So, just so we're clear, the old man, he's done. The wolf, he is a trophy.
Oh.
And the people that thought that they were going to fill that space, they got run out of town. They were smart. As a matter of fact, their leader, their gang told me he's not one to stick around when he can see that there's no future. He didn't say where he was going, and I didn't ask. So I don't know if I'm going to guess that that's not something that is hurting your feelings either way.
No. I mean, it makes it easier. I don't have to hide.
Well, I never got the impression you were hiding from that particular gang of...
No, not that one.
Oh, are you referring to the previous leaders of your enterprise?
Maybe.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's gone.
The whole enterprise.
It took a lot of work, but once the old man threw in the towel and the wolf got put up on my wall, the rest just they didn't have the heart to fight. And then when I got elected, their feeble attempts at bribing me were just nothing. It wasn't going to work. So, I'm not here to run you off. I just think you should hear from an old friend that things are different now. So,
I appreciate it.
if you could just keep going on the way you are, don't get greedy. I'm not interested in the petty cut purses and the little burglaries here and there. That's for the regular guild members to deal with. I have much bigger fish to fry. I have a reputation to rebuild for this city.
So I shouldn't break into your office?
Well, you're not going to find the kind of things that used to be in the mayor's mansion, or if you want to go visit and maybe pet a stuffed wolf, you may. But other than that, that's not a thing. That there's not. I've removed a lot of the temptation and a lot of ostentatious displays of wealth that there used to be. We can't count on the mages saving us. There used to be somebody that was haunting the pyramid. They haven't been seen in a while. I don't suppose you know what happened to him.
I remember going in there. I don't remember what happened.
You seem different.
Well, it's been a while. A lot of things have happened since then.
You seem
I
more...
don't hang out with the same group.
I can't tell if you're more confident or you just have finally given up on trying to figure things out. You just look different since the last time we spoke. Did something happen to you?
Hasn't something always happened to me?
I'm being genuine. Are you okay? Out of all the things that I can say about you, I don't want evil to befall you.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I met my dad and my mom.
Well, that's big news.
Yeah.
And
My mom tried to kill me. And my dad, not my dad, but he is my dad. So it's fine.
Well, I have someplace I need to be. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to catch up. I'm not opposed to putting you on the payroll.
Unfortunately, I don't have the commitments. I don't have them anymore.
You have skills though, don't you?
Well, I would think so.
Well, we both, maybe we both, I don't know. And he looks at you hard again, and then he says, I can tell you this, somebody who's really, really good at catching thieves is a former thief. Anyway.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, consider my offer. I mean, no pressure. Depending on the kind of leads and prosecutions that come of it, you could make upwards to 500,000 golden coins a month. That's, I don't know where you're staying now, and I don't plan on having you followed, but might be something to consider. I mean, if you could see yourself doing an honest day's work, maybe turning a new leaf, just give it some thought. And then he turns around, and you can tell that now he's talking directly to the back of your head or whatever. Do you go ahead and remain facing away, or do you turn?
I'll turn.
Okay. He hands you this cup, and he says, tell your friend that it was excellent. And he sets the cup on the table, and he gets up, and he does this nod of acknowledgement, and then turns and heads out. And as he heads out, he looks at Bjorn and just nods an acknowledgement of his existence and proceeds out the door.
Okay.
Does Bjorn or Luna do anything after that, or?
She would just turn back around and finish eating.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to the other three. So you are.
Don't put up into the old throne room. I thought the ball was like in the middle of the old throne room.
Are you exiting the vault?
Yeah.
Okay. You start to go up some stairs, and Jason has his hand up.
I'm going to use my flashlight.
Okay, and even though we all know what a flashlight is, go ahead and give us a description of what it is you're referring to, please.
If I recall, it was constructed from bark, and there's a continual light stone at the base of this cone-shaped bark. Like I said, it looks like almost like an ice cream cone, but it's long and skinny, and it has basically like a flashlight beam. And it was constructed for me it was given to me as a gift. And this is the first time I've actually used it. And I kind of nobody would notice me fondling it as I use it, but that's what I do.
Okay. The beam of light that comes out of, do you have the specs on how far away it will illuminate?
It was a continual light spell inside of it, so I would assume 60 feet. Just to be, that's a general infravision type thing. So I would say whatever continual light in a beam, I would say 60 feet would be a safe guess.
Either 30.
I think that's what we determined before.
$60 feet.
Yeah.
All right. So
I didn't expect us to be in the bowels of the earth.
you head up some steps. You head up some steps, and it stops at a landing that then turns and heads up some more steps. And these steps are dusty and made of stone. And
So nobody's been in this place for a long time.
the echoing of the steps in the stairwell seems to almost be louder than what you would hope, but the lamps in the walls, or that would hang from the walls, none of them are lit. They're long since probably empty. Dan has his hand up.
So Bart, what happened here? Do you know?
I think I impacted their economy way worse than I thought it had.
So
Do
you,
you know where we are?
Yeah, where it should be the vault of the main
so,
coffer.
so
Do you know the way out?
Yeah,
Well, then lead the way.
I am.
so what can we expect? Is this place going to be
Um,
empty completely?
I don't know what to expect. So just be on guard.
So
I
is this like
I cut them off from their gold in the vault,
so,
and I just pretty much robbed the coffer
Where's your dog?
a long time ago.
he's behind me.
The foxes do not seem very happy.
You know,
No, I'm not happy either.
we'll be out soon.
So is this like a palace or is this?
It used to be, I guess. I don't know. I've been here in a while.
All right, so you walk up, and now this opens up into a larger room. A room that has furniture covered with sheets and lightless. You can see that there are no windows, and the walls are bare. And there's one door that exits.
Is there any dead bodies, skeletons, and
There we
like
go up.
in the
From
vault?
first glance, you don't see anything. You can always search the room if you would like to take the time.
No, I was just
When
curious
he,
if it
I'll,
looked like
I'll
that.
pan the flashlight around.
What?
Okay, you see what I described?
Do I need to open this door too?
I don't want to waste a lot of time here. I just want to get outside so we can get on with our show.
Yeah, I like this place.
Where,
Yeah, me
where are
neither.
we going to where are we going to appear when we leave this place?
It should be outside the palace.
In the middle of a city?
Yes,
Outside the city?
in the middle of the city.
Will we be considered thieves?
If we
I don't think
exit,
I'm sure that anybody's here that would consider us thieves, so. As long as we
Well-
don't have anything inside here, we have no,
Well, open the door, or I'll open the door, whatever needs to be done.
open the door, exit.
All right, so Bart, you're leading the way. Okay, Bart, you,
yeah, my
uh-oh.
freaking
I hear
sword,
my
right?
son downstairs saying, ow. So, Bart, as you open the door, it just opens up into another room, but this time this room has boarded up windows on the front, like if you were to walk from the door you are to the next door, there's windows on those walls, but they're all boarded up. There's this huge red stain on the floor. The carpet's rotted. There are broken shelves and bookcases tossed about as if someone ransacked the place and then it sat vacant for many moons, perhaps years. And when you look at the ceiling, there appear to be like places to hang these candelabras and things, but there's obviously nothing lit, and there's nothing up there but burned out wax that appears like it's been left there, and the rope looks rotten, like it might at barely touching it maybe snap and allow the candelabra to fall down. And that is what you find upon first looking. Yes, Tamar.
I'm gonna quietly go over to one of those windows that are boarded up and see if there's a crack so I can peek through to the outside.
Okay, you start to make your way over, and the dust kicks up from your feet, and it's dark in here as well. So, do you have a light source?
No, I do not.
Okay. Are you going to continue on in the dark?
Yeah, I'm gonna be trying
All
to
right.
be careful.
Make me a dexterity check, please.
Is he open?
15 and 16 and
31. All right. You avoid some of the refuse and detritus that has seemingly filling up the floor of this particular room. And you go over to the window and you look out and you see several like goats that appear to be eating the grass, and then a street and some people walking on a street, and it looks like you're in some kind of neighborhood where the homes are large and the yards are manicured. And
so it looks like a nice neighborhood.
it does. But looks can be deceiving. Okay, so I'm going to pause. I'm going to go check on my son real quick. I'll be right back.
Oh, we can just talk. I wake you guys over to the window.
Let's just read the place as soon as possible and stealthy as possible.
Chad says, I hope we don't scare too many people who's walking out of here.
It's like,
It's going to look kind of strange just walking out of here.
Well, there's this is a nice neighborhood and there's people walking around outside.
Yeah, so if this is a nice neighborhood and three weirdos appear out of a ruin, that's going to be kind of, I don't know. I think we're going to draw some attention.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think
mind.
Look
I
for the
mean,
back door.
I'm not afraid of dealing with whatever, but I'm just saying we're going to draw some attention.
I think we're going to draw the attention of the town in a bad way that's going to impact us. Trying
Not really welcome here.
to walk around finding your daughter.
I mean, I don't really want to assert dominance, but I'm not going to take any bullshit from these people. Sorry, Bart.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm not a buffoon. I'm not going to be trifled with by buffoons.
Hey, look, I plan on dealing with the king when we were having
Well, I think we need to.
Evidently things are
If you
changing.
want me to go hide in the tree, I'll go hide in the tree, but I'm not going to be trifled with by peasants.
Well, I don't think we need to be coming out the front door. I think we need to try to find a back door or something to come out.
Well, you
I agree.
would go for the back door, Kmart. Anyway,
Yeah.
I say we just let's just get out of this place instead of rolling
We
around.
walk out like we own it.
they're not going to believe we own this.
How do you know?
This place is a tomb, and I don't want to be here any longer. How long
Pour it
have you
up.
been away
Nobody's
from here,
supposed to be
Mark?
here.
A lifetime.
Well, you laugh, but you say you have enemies. Are they that long-lived?
I don't know if they're alive. No. I've been away from here a lifetime.
Well,
Seriously.
let's just get out of here because I don't want to stay here that much longer.
I agree.
I
I
agree we
smell
need to
death
get
and I
out
don't
of
like
here.
it.
I agree we need to get out of here, but we need to do it in a smart way. We can't just walk out and draw immediate attention. That's going to cause us problems the rest of the time we're here.
It may not cause a problem. Hell, there's probably nobody alive here that remembers me.
I think no matter how we exit this place, there's going to be something that happens.
So hey Cobb, is it light out or is it like?
It is.
It is. Okay, so it's like broad daylight out.
Yes.
Well, if we just roll out of here and say, hey, we got lost.
Oh man, you didn't tell me you were a comedian.
I lost my fox, and, one of them rolled in here and I had to go get it.
Your fox ran in here.
All right.
Yeah, what the hell are we even up in this part of the town for?
This is the
Well,
only thing
I don't even know if we speak the language.
Oh
We
yeah,
speak
that's
something
another
here. I'm not sure.
thing. And what language? Well, I don't know. What language
Mark,
do they
they
speak? Mark?
Southern here? What's the language?
Yeah.
common, mostly.
Yeah, what is it?
Common
Southern
mostly.
tongue?
But at least the last time I was here.
Well, let's get out of here. I don't want to stay here anymore. This is really depressing.
I agree.
Can you shine the light around? Do we see like another door? If he shines the light around.
I will shine the light around.
Yes, there is a door opposite of the one that you came out of.
Is that the way out, Bart?
I assume so. Let's go. Find out.
Who's going first?
I will.
All right.
Well, you look more like you belong here than any of us. So
I would agree.
I guess we're gonna be your guards. So
Done.
I put my swords away and I dust myself off, straighten things up, trying to make it look like I might actually be a bodyguard or something. And I'm like,
Okay, so
And I will convince my foxes to
I
stay
got an
close to my
idea on
legs.
how to do a guard, so.
the door is not barred from the inside, but when you do go to open it, it does not move.
Okay.
How long has it been since I cast my spell?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, I got plenty of time then. You want me to break the door open or push it open or what?
No, does that make that much noise? I'll cast knock again, see if I can open it.
does it open inward or outward?
Oh, that work?
Dude, just curious, if they barred this from the outside, what the fuck were they trying to keep in?
Oh, no, but we need to get out. Me?
Yeah. That being said, let's get out of here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying now. If they fucking barred this from the outside, what the fuck can they keep it in? And what are we gonna let loose?
I'll walk up to the door and cast knock on the door 3 times.
Okay. You hear the sound of something creaking, and then a clattering on the other side of the door, and it swings up, and you touch it, and it swings open, and you can see that there's a bunch of wood that apparently was nailed or whatever affixed to the outside. And it opens up and you see what appears to be a nice neighborhood and a lovely day.
Is anybody turning to look?
As you look out, you can see that there are a few people that hear the sound and they look. They appear to be groundskeepers, and somebody's walking the street picking up things, but no one is approaching.
Well, I'm gonna act like you're supposed to be here. Let's go.
Let's just act like we're normal people.
Okay, so out of this place steps a... What are you guys wearing?
I'm wearing my fine clothes. Not my
Yep, I'm in my best clothing with my buffalo hide robe, and the foxes are keeping around my leg.
So we got this finely dressed elf, this finely dressed bearded human with foxes hopping all around, and then a...
Yeah, I'm wearing my leather armor and stuff, and it's well kept. And I mean, I look like I'm a bodyguard, basically.
So you, is your face showing?
No, I have my cloak up over me.
Okay.
It's good.
So whether people find you all suspicious or not is left to your imaginations, but you could certainly assume that based on the entire package. It would not be unusual for people to see these people coming out of this supposedly abandoned and barricaded building and think
So nobody's freaking out.
something. They seem to be just looking, but no freaking out.
Well, Bart, where do we go now?
No names.
Let's head to closest end.
Under my breath, quietly, just so the immediate company can, I'm like, don't use that name.
Don't use my name.
I didn't say Prince.
They wouldn't know me as a prince.
Okay.
So prince would be fine.
Your Majesty?
There you go.
Where do you go?
We're going to the closest end.
Are you familiar with this city?
Was at one time, but I am not at this point.
All right.
Mm.
So,
I go up to one of the gardeners and I ask him where's the closest end. Who can I inquire about this property?
make me a charisma check, please.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, man. Who's your check? Does it need to be high?
Roll a d20 plus your charisma, man.
Oh, 20 plus one person. That's right. 15.
What'd you get?
20.
20 even? Okay. This man appears to be clipping back these bushes around this fairly opulent house about 100 feet away. As you approach, you speak, and he looks you up and down, and he says, well, there are many fine establishments once you go through the Black Gate. He says, however, considering where you just came out of and who you have with you, perhaps you should go to your Emerald Embassy first.
Okay.
He turns around and points to his left to this building, and you can see that in its front yard there is a flagpole bearing the standard of the Emerald Kingdom.
Cool. Thank you very much, sir.
I pull out a gold piece and I give it to him, like, for trouble.
He nods.
So off to your Emerald Embassy you go.
All right. I would like Aluna and Bart to both roll d6s, please.
I got a 2.
6.
All right. Bart, what is your goal right now?
Just to establish the fact that I'm here and find out what's going on. Glad you, well, glad you're on.
Okay.
And find out who the hell the ambassador is.
When you walk up to the embassy, there are 2 elven guards in resplendent and shiny chainmail and shields. And you address them in what fashion? In
You
what?
know, proper royalty
Is
type.
that the only one he speaks?
I love it in my own.
Rusty.
You don't recognize it.
Signet ring. Tell them I want to speak to the ambassador.
Okay. One of them replies, "Oh, at once, my Lord Bart." And he holds open the door for you to enter.
Okay.
And apparently you are known by these individuals.
Okay. I know them.
Oh, you can roll me a d20.
7,
No.
6. No.
I don't have the name of the elven ambassador off the top of my head, so we're gonna call him Quizzle.
Thought I was a woman.
We're gonna call her Quizzle. And she says, "Welcome, my prince. To what we were not expecting you. To what do we owe this honor?"
I'm here looking for my daughter. Luna?
She had to shake the head.
She says, "I know not of who you speak. We are unaware that such a joyous thing has happened, and we are sorry that we are so ill-informed."
I just found out myself.
What are you, she is struggling to come up with a way to ask or talk to you at all. She seems to be a little intimidated. And she says,
They were taking mine back.
at the risk of sounding naive and malnourished in my brain, what makes you think she would be here?
Well, let's just say a little bird told me.
Well, I wish your little birdie would have told me as well, because I have no knowledge of anyone by that name, and why a child of Green would be so far south, I'm sure would be her own business.
She's a half-blood. She doesn't know she's welcome home.
I see. Should we form a search party and make it a top priority? Or
No, I don't want to attract that much attention. I'll search around the city a little bit and see if I can find her.
what What are her interests? Perhaps there is a place that would draw her to it.
Similar to mine, but let's see.
Well, you'll forgive me, Your Grace. I do not know what it is that you love other than your solitude.
Well, let me see if I can find her first, and then I'll see if I can use your help if needed.
She says, it is well known that you are learned in the ways of the arcane. And if I may be so bold as perhaps you could use magical means to locate her?
I was going to try that next. I just wanted to check in with you because I just realized there's an embassy here in Greyhawk.
As far
How many times have I been here?
as far as well, how long has it been? When were you last here?
I don't know, probably 50 years right now.
Well, I will tell you that there has been a regime change in the southern kingdoms. In the last 15 years, the Sultan of Tarlock has passed, and his son now rules. In the unified city-states of Greyhawk, in the crown jewel of this kingdom, there is a new mayor. If any of this is at all important to you, I will elaborate. Otherwise, I will continue to skim. And lately, there has been omens and portents of changes unforeseen. The astrologers have spoken of unknown fates based upon the readings of the stars. And of course, your arrival would certainly fit into such a thing, but I dare not ask what your purpose is, only if you choose to share it. And as far as this particular city, as I said, there's a new mayor, but also some of the other particular individuals who might wield power are either gone, deceased, or have given up their places. And you may have to become reacquainted with who the people are that are in charge here, if that matters.
Yeah, I think I need to do that.
We, of course, here at the embassy are only here to lend aid and comfort to those travelers. And in case there is anything of importance that our king wishes to convey, or the leaders of this kingdom to our king, as you well know, the comings and goings of mortals is mostly not of any interest. We do not delve into the daily affairs of all those that stay here, but we just like to keep our eyes and ears open.
Do you have room for me and my friends to stay here? up early
Of course.
2 days?
Absolutely, it would be an honor. You would elevate our station dramatically with an extended visit.
I appreciate your hospitality, and I shall begin the search now, and I will talk to you later.
Will those that travel with you require anything special? We would like to prepare rooms for everyone.
Chad?
You're on mute.
Can't hear you.
We didn't understand anything they said, right? Because it was all in Elven.
Correct.
I'll ask Bart. Oh no, I'll actually ask. We're talking to the ambassador, right?
Yeah.
I'll say, milady, are my foxes welcome here? They won't cause any trouble. I represent the Aslorian Circle.
She looks you up and down and she says, I recognize your raiments. Are you a station higher than initiate?
I'm an initiate, milady.
I'm not denigrating you. I just wanted to make sure that I gave you the proper respect.
I'm merely an initiate, milady, and I'm a friend of the prince.
If you vouch for these animals, then they are welcome.
Thank you.
And she turns and looks at you.
Could I have a bed for my dog? Or something from the land?
I'm sure we can provide a straw-filled sack.
That's all I need.
And then for your dog, a nice bed.
She doesn't laugh. So she says, okay, then we will make preparations and we will be ready when you return, whenever that is, whether it be a day, a week, or a month. Your Grace.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Take our leave. So,
Milady,
I
thank
need to find
you.
some place to go cast a spell real quick.
By the way, Cobb, I am wearing my amulet. It's visible.
Okay.
Kind of out of sight of everybody I cast sending.
Okay. You have 25 words or less to send, and then the person that receives it may reply in 25 words or less.
Let me write it down first, and I'll get back with you.
So what form of Elven did they speak? Were they speaking?
You'll have to ask somebody.
There's only, what, 2 versions of Elven?
Sounds like you're going to have to ask somebody. That's what's fun about it. You could ask Shad right now if you wanted. Or the ambassador. Or no one.
So Shad, how many versions of Elven is there?
So,
No, Bart, you're not there.
I would imagine that there are at least several. I would say, to my knowledge, there is more than one Elven language.
Well, I thought there was only one.
Perhaps 3 or 4, but I don't know for sure.
I know owls are rusty, but I didn't know there was other versions.
Oh yes.
So what version do they
There are
speak?
so-called Sylvan elves that live deep in the forest. And there are elves that live high in the mountains.
So what language?
So I've heard.
What language were they speaking?
Their own.
No, I thought you could understand them.
I don't speak Elven. But I've heard legends.
All right, so you guys are kind of having the little talk here, and Bart's casting a spell, and he's going to send it. So just to break up the role-playing for a moment, Bjorn, you have to stop a fight between 2 guys and 1 guy.
Those 3 guys.
And the 2 guys that are ganging up, they're like brothers. And one of them's older and one of them's younger. But they're both adults. And the guy that they're wanting to beat up apparently said something rude about his sister, about their sister. And they're all there drinking and getting drunk, and then the one's like, hey, why'd you say that about my sister? And the one's like, because she's a dumb bitch, that's why. And they're like, eh. And so you just know that that's a problem.
Right.
And we don't really need the map, but I do have a map of the Green Dragon. So let's see
That's Barbara.
if I can put this on the other camera. All right, so this is where Bjorn hangs out, right by the door here. Doop. That's the front door. And I think, if I remember correctly, that's the only door here on the first floor. And the fight is happening just right out in the middle. Like they were over here at the bar drinking, and it was like, oh yeah. So you got you got Tweedledink and Tweedleskrink
Bar fight.
fighting with that guy. And there's not a lot of people here, so once the fight breaks out, a lot of people just kind of turn and look, but then a few of them kind of get up and give them space. So, got this guy taking on these 2 guys. Tell me what you'd like to do.
Who started it? The 2 guys did or the 1 guy did?
Well, that depends on your point of view, my friend. I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
You didn't quite hear. Yes, you are. You didn't quite hear the part, but you did hear, fuck you. And then there's a stand, like, no one like lunged. They were like, get up, we're whipping your ass. So they're there. They're getting ready to throw down. No one's had a turn yet, basically. So I guess I'm going to ask you if you have an action.
I guess I'm going to put myself in the middle.
And let me...
It's my job.
Are you armed right now?
Yeah.
What do you have?
I have my cleaver with me.
Okay.
It
And...
doesn't mean I have to hurt anybody with it, okay?
Right. Okay, so... Why don't you roll initiative? Roll a D10. Beat an 8.
I got a 3.
I got a rock. Oh.
I want a rock.
Okay.
A crack cocaine rock.
So you go first.
Hey.
So, what would you like to do? You're going to move and try to get in between? Well, unfortunately,
Yeah.
you're a dwarf, and your move is, I think, 8.
I think so.
So you can move. You can probably 1, 2, 3, 4. You will be able to get in between, but you won't be able to necessarily hit anybody. Depends on how fast you want to get over there.
I gotta stop it before it starts, man. This is a respectable establishment.
All right, so you get up and you run over, and you can get to right there next to that guy on your first phase with running.
Okay.
And then, but you can't grab anybody yet. It's like you're getting over there just as the fight starts. So I would like Dan, while you're sitting there, roll a d10. And I'm going to have you play the one guy, and I'm going to play the two brothers here.
Okay. I got a 1.
All right, so you go first. So pick one of these guys to punch.
I'm going to punch the guy to the left.
With the sword. Now the character, the
Oh, he
NPC
actually
there
has a sword?
does not have a sword. No,
Okay,
it's just
okay.
that the fig has
Okay,
a sword.
no,
I was
I'm-
looking
I'm-
for the
I'm
other
punching
thing that
that
looks
guy.
like that, but it's not here. Okay, so you will move up here, and you're kind of like, grr. So when you get there,
No, I'm punching the other guy. That guy.
oh, okay, right on. So you move up and you throw a punch. Roll a d20.
2.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's a miss. All right. And then it's the brothers, so they're going to try to slug you. So, the guy on the left, he rolls a 17. That is a hit. Let's see here. Roll a d20.
13.
Okay.
I got cut off for some weird reason. Sorry.
You take 1 point of damage. We're going to call him Blue. And then Sword Guy. And then Dandy. So Blue takes a point. All right. And then, no, I'm sorry, not Blue. You missed.
Yeah.
He hit you.
I think.
And then the other brother will swing, and he gets a 3 and misses horribly. All right. So now we go to Bjorn, who can take another part of his move if he wants. Can you see where you are now in relation?
Yeah, just put me
Okay.
right up in there.
All right.
One up.
And are you saying anything?
I'm just, yeah, if you guys don't stop, I'm gonna have to make you stop. Then you all have to leave right now.
Okay. So, how about if you make a charisma check?
Okay. I'm known for my charismaticness, okay? I have nat 1.
Oh no! Okay, so the dandy, the one that Dan's playing,
You dirty whore of a sister cheated on me!
he totally ignores you. Like you come up there, and go, hey, stop! And he's just like, ah! Okay.
No, I said it. He's like, your dirty whore of a sister cheated on me!
Okay. This guy here, he roll me another charisma check, please,
Oh boy.
Bjorn.
Can I explode the other way? I've got a 17.
Okay, and then roll another one.
11.
Okay. So, Blue, he's like, he looks at Bjorn very briefly, like now he's unsure if he wants to carry on. But the sword guy, he's like, he started it and I'm kicking his ass. All right.
Oh, no.
So, next round, They're going to continue to fight. The guy in blue, we'll see what he does. Bjorn, do you have an action?
I guess I'm gonna whop him with my back into my cleaver and start knocking people out. Some dual damage, mind you. I'm not gonna kill anybody.
All right. How about you roll initiative and Bjorn roll a d10 and I'll roll for the brothers. So I got a 5.
I got a 6.
I got a 1.
All right, you go first, Bjorn. So you're basically your action is to attack.
He said the single guy started it, right? The one that I'm standing next to.
You're not sure that who started because they kind of faced off and then started duking it out.
No. You said last round that guy said.
That guy said he started it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna finish it.
And that was the brothers that said that? The two?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna start with the guy right in front of me then. I'm gonna hit him first.
The guy with the sword, or?
Yeah, the one directly in front of me.
All right. And so we'll just go back
I get
over
to attack.
what the subdual jam is, so we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Because I think I remember it, but let's. Alrighty here. Subdual. Okay. Character makes an attack roll versus the opponent's normal armor class. There is a -4 attack penalty. So roll an attack, please.
Got it. 13. That's... 1 second. -4.
All right. And even with the attack penalty, you hit, and the weapon damage. Roll weapon damage.
Alright. 10 damage.
Okay, and reduced by half. Wait, so the weapon did how much?
10. Oh no, the 1d6. So I did 2 plus 8.
Okay. So the weapon damage did 1, and then all bonuses for strength, etc. apply to subdual. Any damage inflicted is 3. Okay. So you did 1 plus 6 for 7 points, and that is enough to take him down to 0, and he is knocked out and he falls to the ground.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
he said the sword.
Oh, the sword, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Not a problem. Okay. All right.
Do I get to take my second attack in the same round, right?
On the next phase.
Okay.
All right. So on number 5, that was the brothers. So the guy in the blue will be like, "Oh, no, I wanted part of that," and he kind of backs up. And when he backs up, the dandy is going to take his attack of opportunity on him with a punch.
Your sister gave me jib jab dribble, you fucking prick. Take this. I rolled 11.
11, okay, so that would be an armor class of 9, and this guy, there's nothing special about him, so that's a hit for a point of damage. On the blue guy, roll d20. Natural 1.
10.
All right, you knock him down with a punch to the jaw. But he's not knocked out. He's like on the ground going, "Ah!" It's like he's lost his nerve. Okay. And now we go
I get
to
my
the
regular
dandy's
attack.
turn.
So he comes over and he's like, "Yeah, take that!" Bam!
All right.
Jumps
so,
on top of him.
So you go over And you're gonna so you're at a +4 because he's prone. So roll an attack.
Oh, that's a 6.
Oh,
I've got dribble grabble.
even with the +4, you miss because that's an armor class of like 13. So
Because you have dribble grabble.
okay, and
No, it's jib, jab, dribble.
now we go to the next phase, and it is Bjorn's turn with his second attack
Jib, jab, dribble.
with his cleaver.
-8 armor class on the guy that's still standing.
Well, that's a
Still
hit.
fighting.
So go half your weapon damage.
That's. Hold on. 3 weapon damage plus 8.
All right,
I rolled a 6.
that's enough to knock him unconscious. Doo-doo! And he falls down on the square too. So now 3 of these guys are down, and the blue guy is going, "Hey, I'm stopping! Don't hit me! I'm stopping!"
I just started dragging people outside.
All right, so I would say that the scrappy dwarf has no issues in stopping, and Ricard just kind of looks up from the bar there and kind of cleans off one of the mugs and looks down and just nods and acknowledges your proficiency of removing the trash, and you carry on before you resume your station over by the door once again. And now we go back to, hopefully the sending is finished.
Yeah.
And so,
This is Prince Bart. Can you hear me? Okay. This is Prince Bart. I request your presence at the Emerald Embassy in Greyhawk. Come speak with me, please. You're in danger. Send answer.
That was nice and subtle.
Yeah.
does Aluna respond? Because suddenly in her head, as if someone was next to her speaking to her, she hears the voice that sounds familiar and that was identified. So,
well, I'm always in danger. And the embassy's a really long walk from where I'm at.
you still have 9 more words. If you want.
No, that's all I'd say.
That's it? Okay.
Like you did.
Okay, Bart, your spell is over and you rejoin your companions in the reception area and the embassy.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Well, Your Majesty,
I don't know where she is. I know she's in town, but that's about it. She won't come here because it's a long walk.
where do you think he might be?
So wait. If this is a long walk from here, let's look at some of the farthest points.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead, Dan.
So if it's a long walk from here, let's look at some of the farthest points away from here. We could start there.
Yeah. I'll ask the ambassador if there is any inns that are less than reparable.
Okay, before I answer that, Shad has his hand up.
Chad will say to Bart, you know I can turn into a crow and go look for her.
You remember what she looks like?
Oh, yes.
Well, then,
Your illusion was most vivid.
Send out the crows. See if we can find her.
I will instruct the
Please,
foxes to remain within the embassy, and after doing so, I will turn into a crow, and I will begin to fly in a circular pattern, expanding outward,
Chaos. Okay.
looking for Aluna as I remember her looking. I will do this for an hour, and then I will return to the embassy.
Okay.
I might land a couple times and just look around, but I'll take an hour to do this. And if I don't see anything within an hour, I'll return to the embassy, and I will tell Bart, but right before I do this, I'll be back in an hour.
Okay. Well, okay, well, let's go, yeah, it's another one. Wait.
So
All
that's what
right.
I'll do.
Shadrach. Roll me a d20.
Come on, baby. I need a nap. Come on, baby. I rolled a 13
Is it?
plus anything else.
Are you working? do you
Remember, I
work
got crow
Saturdays?
vision.
Yeah, I work a lot Saturday. But I can go whenever.
Somebody,
All right. So
Crow
meanwhile,
vision.
after Chad Crow flies off, what do Bart and Tamar do?
retire to a courtyard and have some wine.
So just relax. That's what
Before we do that,
That's what Bart wants to do. What is Tamar doing?
hey, can you ask them if they have like a map of the city or something that I can look at, so I can try to familiarize myself with this place?
Brad, did you hear him?
No, I did not.
Oh, so I said, hey Bart, you wouldn't happen to know if they have a map, or can ask them if they have a map of the city? So maybe I can look this place over and try to familiarize myself with the city while
You know, I asked,
he's flying around.
I asked, I guess one of the guards, if they might have a map of the city or something. Then
Roll a d20, Brad. I'll get. I see you, Aluna. You're next. Bart, you got your dice handy?
I think we lost him for a second.
Bart!
All right. Well, you roll it then.
13.
13. All right. They do not have a map of the city. Anything other than a topographical stitching that looks like several nondescript buildings amongst the territory.
I asked him if there's a place that we can get a map of the city from.
Well, there's a cartographers guild. I admit I don't know where it is, but if you were to...
Ask around.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so let's go over to Aluna, who had her hand up.
Alright, so after I've said my answer, I'm going to get up and head over to Bjorn and let him know that Bart's in town. The guy who's my dad, I put
Yeah,
in
the
quotes.
dad that's not your dad. I got it.
Yeah. He wants me up at the embassy. Can you come with me?
Of course. I'll let Demars know I gotta go.
And then once Bjorn's ready, I'm gonna head up to the embassy.
So I'll walk
Alright.
over to Demars and tell him my benefactor needs me to go somewhere else for the evening.
Make me a charisma check, but I'm going to say there is a bonus.
Yeah? Alright.
So tell me what your total is
I rolled an 11.
and add your charisma.
19. No,
And-
20, sorry.
Oh, and with the bonus, because of the excellent removal of the drunk a-holes previous, he says, yeah, you've earned it. Go ahead. We'll see you when you come back tomorrow.
And I'll pour him a glass of my Thunder Brew, and I'll catch you later.
He's like, let's see what he's like. He says, oh, thanks. And then as you turn to leave, you hear something go, shh, as if he poured it out.
That bastard.
he chuckles a little bit and he's like, that's, ugh.
Worked real hard on that.
Not while I'm working, brother. All right, so you and Aluna head off.
Yep.
And I think Aluna has been here before.
Yes.
Not that it's the most important detail in the world, but do you remember why?
Kalvash? Was that with me? I remember being up there, but I don't remember why now.
That's all right. Okay. So
I have it somewhere in my notes.
yes. The distance from the Green Dragon to the Emerald Embassy is, let's see, Green Dragon. There it is. So you gotta go down to this road and then go down, and then you make to the processional and you go through the garden gate and you walk north past the High Market until you start to walk across the fertile green buildings, fields between the I think that's the Wizards College there, which is no longer a thing. And the Emerald Embassy does not have a like a road that goes up to it. It's just grass and field. And you walk up there, and there are guards outside, and what do you do?
I was summoned up here by Bart.
They look at you, and they look at your companion, and they...
Prince.
That dog. What's
she likes to dig.
her name?
Peanut.
Peanut's tail says it all.
Sorry, y'all, I'm playing the phone. You
All right. Shad Crow, you notice a dark-haired female humanoid and a dwarf getting ready to walk into the embassy as you're flying, doing circles, and you can obviously head back towards the embassy or do whatever it is you'd like to do.
They look familiar, correct?
You got a good idea, but from as far away as you are when you spot them, you might need to get closer to make confirmation.
Noticing that, remembering that there was the female and the dwarf, I'm going to fly back to the embassy.
All right. So the Luna and Bjorn, you are escorted through the embassy and out into this little area. It's kind of like a courtyard, but it's small. There's a single solitary tree in the middle, but there's only like 15 feet surrounding the tree before you get to the circular. It's kind of like, it's almost like a tree in a silo with the top off. And Bart, you look and you see Aluna and Bjorn walk in. And Tamar, I don't think you were there at the island, so you might not recognize these people. But you see a dark-haired woman.
At the island.
Yeah.
And
And if I remember correctly, a red-headed dwarf. And the dwarf is very dwarfy. And then shortly thereafter, this crow flies down from the opening in the roof and alights, lands next to a tree, or it lands somewhere.
I'd actually land on Bart's shoulder if I could.
All right, so
second year and be like, meh.
you are all there now. You may proceed to, and Aluna, you see Bart and someone else you don't know, and then this black crow lands on Bart's shoulder.
Oh, seems like she
Well,
made the
I'm
trip
here.
after all.
I'll shapeshift back to human.
On his shoulder?
No. Yeah, I'm going to sit on his shoulder.
Brad, what are you doing?
He disappeared.
I think he's having problems.
Sounds about right.
I will hop to the ground and turn into a human.
Brad, wake up!
Oh, both brothers. All right, okay.
You there, Bart?
Well, Brad, we kind of need you for this scene.
Oh no. Brad!
Oh, he disconnected.
No, not like he's back now.
If anything, Chad would point and say, you.
Well, this makes our job a lot easier.
And he's pointing at
My
Aluna.
job a lot easier.
Hi.
Do you remember me?
You were on the island, right?
Yes.
I don't think we were super introduced. It was kind of chaotic.
No. I had other distractions. But I'm familiar with you through Prince Bart's description. And I remember you.
I've never
Well,
met you. And my name's Tamar.
Well, hi, Timor. I'm Aluna. This is Bjorn, and I point to the dwarf next to me.
You were,
I give
point
it
to the
a,
dwarf, you were a chef.
that's some nice armor for a chef.
Bjorn, you're muted. Nope, still muted.
Hello.
There you go.
All right.
You wear some nice armor for a chef.
Well, I am a master chef.
He
And you have a big old smile.
That must pay an awful lot to afford some armor like that.
Well, I don't think he's got any armor on.
Oh.
Yeah, I just remember the dwarf.
No, I don't think I don't think I bodyguard in field plate.
I'm sorry I didn't get to experience your cuisine.
Oh, well, you know, I got to add Giant Slayer to my repertoire. Quite all right.
I was searching for you, Aluna, but you found the embassy before I found you.
I've been here before. I wasn't that far.
I'm helping Prince Bart. He sent me to find you.
Do we know why?
I leave that to his discretion.
All I know is he said you were in trouble.
Well,
Or
that's
in danger.
frequently the
I'm
case.
sorry, in danger.
That's also frequently the case.
He seemed to be concerned about your well-being.
Well, that's a first.
And I came with him to protect him
I think
by his
Brad's,
definition.
Brad's back.
Problem.
Come on, Brad.
My internet's not connected.
Well, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
That works.
Yeah. I'm going to get my
Get on your phone, Brad.
I'm on my phone.
I'll tell you what. I think now would be a good time to stop anyway. It's almost 9 o'clock, and
Okay.
Brad is Brad's bradding it up. So we now would be a
There
good.
he is.
Hey.
So,
Yay.
Did I do my email?
all right. So unless anyone has anything they really need to say or ask me, we will start the next game with everyone at the embassy, and you can try to figure out what the problem is. How about that?
That works.
Yes.
Everybody good?
Yep.
All right. Very good. Well, I appreciate you all taking part, and I hope that this new adventure will bring us some good distractions from the BS of everything else. I hope that
Yes.
Aluna and Bjorn get well soon. Take your vitamins and get some rest.
Yes, please get well.
Yes,
Right.
get well.
Yeah.
Eat jalapenos. Take my advice. Eat
I
jalapenos.
had some of those for lunch. Mhm.
And obviously, if you have any questions or anything, you can get a hold of me during the week through whatever version
I hope our
you
next
like.
session is a good, long, interactive session.
Oh, hey, really quick, Jason. So if I came and picked you up, you'd want to come show up?
Absolutely.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me your address, and we'll see if I can't pick you up on some Fridays.
That's fine. I'm more than willing.
Okay.
Where are you at?
I'm a Remus Barracks. I'm right by the river.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're in High
I'm
Ridge,
right
so
by
we're close to
Jefferson-
Cobb.
I'm right by Jefferson Barracks, man. Literally, I can walk there.
Well, tell my mom and dad I said hi. Oh,
And my grandpa.
My dad's there, but my mom is not. So,
all right. Very good.
Alright.
Everyone, take care. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye
I love
bye.
y'all. Be well.
Cling.
And that's that.
So I have a question. Just for hypothetical.
All right.
Internet.
So see ya.
I know you said Walter was